So I'm always getting messages about ad setups. Like when you run ads, how are you setting up the campaign? I swear that's like out of the messages that I get, that's like the top two. That's like part of the top two or three questions that I get all the time, consistently every day. I'm about to fucking sneeze, bro. Yeah, every day somebody will reach out and be like, "Yo, how do you set up your ads? How do you set up this? How do you set up that?" For TikTok and for Facebook. I think that both platforms have a unique element to them where you change up your strategy a little bit, but realistically, setting up your ads, like your ad structure is kind of irrelevant to the grand scheme of making money. You know, as long as you have a good product, good offer, and a good landing page built out with good creatives, it doesn't really matter how you structure your campaign as far as if it's going to make that big of a difference. If all of those things I just named are dialed in, you're going to convert regardless. However, I am going to walk you through how I set up my ads for TikTok, and then I'll make another video for Meta. Um, just because everyone always asks, I get a ton of questions, so I figured, like, why not just make this video? And then when I get, when someone asks me again, I could send them the video, so it'll be so much easier. So, just for the people who are always asking, here's how we look today. It's kind of slow. Is it focusing? So it's at about 8:39 today. Margins are margins are healthy, but you know, this quarter we've done just about 100. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna take you to the laptop, and then I'll show you exactly how I set up the campaign from 0 to 10, from A to Z, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's gonna be super simple. Like I said, this is not some type of, you know, this isn't some type of brain rot like, oh man, this is the testing strategy that's going to get you from 0 to 100K, or use this testing ad strategy to scale your ads to a million. Like, anybody who says that is cap anyway. This is the strategy that I use. The exact strategy that I show you is going to be the one that I actually use. However, it doesn't actually make that big of a difference. Just keeping it 100% real with you guys, like, it doesn't make that big of a difference as long as you have a good website with a good product and good creatives, good offer. Like, whether you structure your campaign in ABO, CBO, bids, whatever, it doesn't make that big of a difference. But like I said, I get asked a lot, so now I'll take you guys over to the laptop. I'll show you the strategy. Let's get into it. All right, so let's jump right into it. So you're going to come into your TikTok Ads Manager, and I'm going to show you guys the exact strategy that I use for all my stores. And like I said, this doesn't have to be the one and only strategy. Is this not like one of those other stupid videos that you see where it's like the most untapped secret strategy to hit $1 billion with TikTok ads? Like I said, as long as you have a good offer with good creatives and a good product, you're going to convert anyway. This strategy is just what I found to make the most sense and to be the most effective for me on TikTok. So you're going to make your campaign name. This is exactly how I do it. So I'll usually do CBO 1, and then I'll do the date. So whatever it is, what's today? 24. And now we'll do $50 campaign. And now, for those of you who aren't set up on TikTok ads, this video is probably not going to be for you. This is for people who already have some experience. I'll make another video for beginners later. But check this out. So now, this is exactly how I do it. I just do group 1. I make it so simple. Oh, and I always add the date, because when you're scaling, if this campaign ends up like really crushing, I want to know how long it's been running. So I want to be able to look and be like, oh shit, I launched that campaign 12 days ago. Like, let me make sure the creatives aren't fatigued. That's like the logic there. So here's your pixel, right? And now this ad account looks a little weird. This is like not going to be available, but it's still going to work if you click it. I don't know why it's like that. Just go to complete payment as always. Placements, I check all of this off. Advanced settings, I check all of this off. So I take all of that shit off. Super, super simple. Super, super simple. We stay with US. No interest, no nothing. Go down to the time, and I always start all my ads at 6 a.m. the next day. I always start at 6 a.m. the next day. I know some people like midnight. I find that 6 a.m. is the best for me. So let's continue here. Now, I like to run smart creative ads. So for those of you guys who might not know, basically what Smart Creative Ad is it's going to take a bunch of the text that you put on your video and mix them up with a bunch of different videos. So if you have 5 videos, 5 lines of text, it'll mix and match until TikTok finds the right combination, the one that converts the most. So I always check that on. As you can see, you're going to have your identity right here. This is what you guys should all be doing. This is like one of the most important things if you're running TikTok ads, is that you should be subscribed to my YouTube channel, because I just started on YouTube and I'm about to really go hard on it. And it's always cooler if you're there early, because it's gonna go crazy. So I'm just advising you. Now you're gonna upload your creatives. We're gonna go right here. This is going to be the creative that we're using for the video. It's just a stock video just to show you guys. But this is where you're going to upload your creatives. So we'll let this shit load for a minute. But like I said, guys, you really need to focus on the super important things, which is the actual creative itself and the product that you're selling. When it comes to ad structures, it's not going to make or break you. But when you see this 2-part strategy I show you, and as I explain it to you, it'll make the most sense. So here's our video right here. It's just a waterfall. It's just, like I said, it's just stock video. Now we're going to do 5 lines of text. So the first thing I always do is I'll always put my offer. So I'll just put buy one, get one free until Sunday. That's the first one I put. Then I always will put a second one that says all sales end at, and then, I don't know, just insert any date. That's usually what I'll put. Oh, but I'll actually put, here, I'll just put the fucking date. This is going to be your store link, obviously. But then what we're going to do is we're actually going to copy this ad group 3 times. So you're going to have 4 ad groups. This is how I like to run my CBOs. You're going to have 4 identical ad groups. So all your creatives are going to be in one CBO. They're all going to be identical. This is a very simple strategy, and then we're just going to publish that. And that's step 1 of the 2-part testing strategy. So I'm going to show you now, after this publishes, I'm going to show you now what the second part of the 2-part strategy looks like, and it's really going to make more sense. So just to give you guys some more actual info, with a CBO, what you're doing is you're putting all your creatives together and you're telling the machine learning system, in this case, it's going to be TikToks. You're telling them, hey, these are my videos. This is the type of product I'm selling. I want you to now use your machine and use their capabilities to go and find the best customers for this product. All right. So now that you just saw the CBO part of this strategy, like I mentioned in the beginning, this is a 2-part strategy. Like I said, the CBO uses the machine learning to let TikTok figure out what your best creative is. And that way you don't have to do too much monitoring. The machine, all you have to do is watch the budget. The machine handles all the details. Now, to make sure that TikTok doesn't make a mistake, pick the wrong creative, and then spend all your money on the wrong video, and then leave you with 4 videos with no spend on them, and now you don't know if those were winners or not. What I do is I run an ABO campaign where you have more manual control alongside the CBO. So this will be the same thing, ABO day 1, 8/22. Now you're going to go to campaign budget. This is how I like to do it. I like to just make it $100, $100, and it's going to be very simple. The only difference is when you're running the ABO, instead of having, how you'd be having with the CBO, you'll have all 4 creatives or 5, however many you have. Assuming you have 4, you'll have 4 creatives in one ad group. For the ABO, I like to do 1 creative per ad group. So this would be like group 1, creative 1, so on and so forth. And it's going to go all the way down. So it'll be like group 2, creative 2. Let's just assume we have 3 here. Group 3, creative 3. And this is how we're going to run it. This way, each creative in the ABO is getting an equal amount of spend. That way we know that even if TikTok makes a mistake, now we know what the data says about each creative individually. So it's going to be the same exact way that you set up the CBO. It is going to be exactly the same. You're going to stay with complete payment. All this is going to come off. Very, very, very similar. The only thing that's different is the structure. Now, because each creative is going to get their own budget because it's an ABO, I do $20 per. So $20 per ad group is the way I run my ABOs. That way I'm not spending too much money, but I'm spending enough money on each creative to know, whether or not it has winning potential. So now let me go ahead and just do this real quick and get through this nonsense because this is all going to be identical. Here we go. Boom, boom, boom. All this stuff is going to be identical. Only thing you're changing here is the videos that are going to go inside. Boom. I don't know why it doesn't just copy automatically. That's kind of annoying, but whatever. Fuck it. I don't know what the fuck these red triangles are either. Oh, shit. What the fuck is this? You see, the only thing that's important here is to understand that with an ABO, one creative per ad group, each creative will get equal spend. That way you'll be able to figure out if it's a winner or not. We're going to upload it. Now, the thing is with this, I only have one video for the, for the sake of the explanation, but you're going to do this strategy with as many videos as you have to run. So this is going to be the same text. You're going to run the same exact text that you used on the CBO because you don't want to change anything. You don't want to change too many variables. So it's just going to be like buy one, get one free until Sunday. Cool. This will be your link. And now you're going to make sure that each ad group has its own unique video. Make sure everything's the same. That way, everything is all locked in. But the overall concept is very logical. It's very logic based. And that's kind of how I go about it. Is like I want to make sure that all my creatives are getting equal spend. And I want to make sure that I'm letting TikTok try while I'm also trying to figure out the winning creative. By doing this, you give yourself such a lower chance of error. You're able to figure out very quickly that each creative is on point. I'm just trying to get this to work for the sake of the video, but it seems to be giving me issues. I don't know. This is a new ad account, and it seems to have a new UI. I don't know if TikTok made changes. I don't know what it is that they did. I'm just... You guys already saw this. You already saw all this. I already showed you how to set that up. But I'm just keeping it real with you guys. The real shit is that you need to have a good product with a good offer and good creatives. Your campaign strategy doesn't really matter that much. I don't think people understand that once you have something that is worth a customer buying with a video that is enticing enough to get them to stop scrolling, they will convert. It doesn't matter if you have ABOs, CBOs, cost caps, bids, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you're providing customers with product that they need that solves a problem. And then a video to show them that it solves the problem. So fucking finally we got this to load. And this is how you're going to set up your strategy. And this is what's allowed me to scale to multiple 6 figures. This is what's going to allow me to scale to multiple 7 figures and then 8 figures. And it's a very simple 2-part strategy. So just to wrap this video up, in case it was a little hard to follow, which it shouldn't have been. I think I walked through it pretty smooth. This is the way you're going to set it up. So your first campaign is going to be a CBO. Let's assume you have 4 creatives. It's going to be a $50 budget with 1 campaign. 4 ad groups in that campaign. Each ad group has all your creatives. So every single ad group is identical. 4, 4, 4, 4. All of them are identical. You're going to do 2 lines of text, and that's it. Complete payment, obviously, with smart creative turned on, just like I showed you. The second part of this strategy is the ABO. Let's assume you have 4 creatives. It's going to be $100 for the entire campaign budget, but then each creative is going to be $20. So the campaign budget on an ABO doesn't really matter because it's going to spend based on the ad groups. So 4 creatives, let's assume $20 each, you'll spend about 80 bucks. That's about as much as you need to get a little bit of actual real data that you can analyze. 1 campaign, 4 ad groups. Now the difference is with this ABO is that with these 4 ad groups, it's 1 creative, 2 creative, 3 creative, 4 creative. Like each ad group has 1 video in it. So 4 ad groups with 1 video in each, a different video, as you can see right here. And then same thing, 2 lines of text. It's going to be the same exact text that you used in your CBO to make sure everything's identical with the same optimization and the same smart creative turned on. So I appreciate that. Like I said, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I just get so many questions about ad structure, testing strategy. So I just said, you know what? It would be easier for me and the people that ask me for help if I had a video on me walking through my strategy head to toe. That way, when they hit me like, yo, how do you run your ads? I could just be like, bro, check this video out. It's free. It's an entire walkthrough. This is the exact strategy that I use. I don't have any courses. I don't sell any info. Like, I just am going to put this out here because people ask and I think it could help people. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like I said, I'm going to really start going harder on YouTube. I want to drop multiple videos every week. So stay tuned and drop a subscribe if you're here. If not, you can be whack and not subscribe. But who the fuck wants to be that? That's hella lame. And that's it. Keep going. Keep staying locked in. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.